The College of Teacher Education Extension Program is anchored on the vision, mission, goals, and objectives of the Extension Unit of the NEMSU system as follows. Vision: Center of Progressive Leadership in Higher Education for Quality Life and Sustainable Development. Mission: SDSSU shall provide advanced education professional and higher technological instruction and trainings in various fields of specialization. It shall also undertake research, extension, and entrepreneurial activities for the development needs of the nation. Objectives: Promote relevant technologies and services for efficient utilization of community resources. Goals: To formulate and implement extension services in agriculture, fisheries, and natural resources through locally, nationally, and internationally relevant extension program. To train beneficiaries on technical and vocational skills training and engage in entrepreneurial activities based on needs, resources of the community, and the results of the product development research. To conduct capability building for extension personnel, community continuous education for professionals, out-of-school youth, indigenous people, and adults. To strengthen health services, gender and development programs in adopted barangays and municipalities. The Extension Services as the corporate social responsibility media of the university focused on three areas: poverty alleviation, food security, and environmental conservation. The Extension program is research-based and it enhances curricular offerings in various fields of specialization. The Extension services of the College of Teacher Education to name are the evidence-based numeracy and literacy activity and projects, writing intervention and reading enhancement, and writing intervention and numeracy and enhancement in reading and science, which are all from CTE faculty members' research studies. Is not just an expression of its corporate social responsibility, but also of its core values: competence, accountability, responsiveness, excellence, and service. The CTE Extension Services entitle its faculty members to bring forward directly the social services to the likely in need identified schools within the nearby communities. These extension services include the conduct of research offshoots, that is class interventions, teaching strategies, teaching literacies and numeracies, and the like deemed to bring benefits in terms of improved teaching and increased learning proficiencies. Literacy and numeracy, an evidence-based extension activity, was a 3-year intervention activity done with the Manambia Integrated Elementary School as partner school and with grade 4 pupils and grade 8 students as priority beneficiaries determined by the proponent and approved by the partner IS. The beneficiaries were primarily considered to cover the 3 years as they deemed appropriate to be able to get a comprehensive impact. Beneficiaries included 15 grade 5 pupils, 35 grade 9 and 6 Manambia Integrated School teachers. This literacy and numeracy activity was anchored from the previous study of Dr. Marites G. Polizon. Included in the rationale of this said extension is to address students' difficulty in understanding English and solving mathematics problems. The CTE faculty members, accordingly guided by the content books provided by the partner school, prepared the intervention lessons and materials for the beneficiaries. Activities of the intervention primarily included were aimed to develop mathematical skills, particularly the confidence in understanding mathematical problems and functional oral and written skills in English. The extension activity started in 2017 and ended at 2019.
Extension activity from the NEMSU Tagina City has conducted a literacy and numeracy learnings to the students. For me, as a student, their activity helped me to learn more and broaden our knowledge on every topic that they have been discussed.
Writing Intervention and Reading Enhancement Project was another offshoot of the study My Ate May Kuya of Professor Janville V. Rosal. This activity was to respond to the mandate of Republic Act 7079, which is on the effective delivery of campus journalism and tests on the alarming rate of poor reading comprehension among first-year students as gleaned from the oral reading proficiency test. The project started July 2018 to March 2019. The objectives of the extension were to conduct a series of remedial classes for reading, conduct writing enhancement activities, provide technical assistance for teachers in teaching and writing, monitor and evaluate students' reading and writing progress. Thus, activities of the projects included information dissemination on extension programs and services, and consultative meeting with the school principal, teachers, and students. Training workshops for school paper writers program, My Kuya, My Ate, My Mentor reading program, and reading and writing technical advising for teachers. Information dissemination on extension programs and services, and consultative meeting with the school principal, teachers, and students. Allow the CTE extensionists to lay on the table the thrusts and programs of SDSSU Tagbina campus and exchange ideas with a possible partner depth at school heads and teachers for possible arrangements and schedules acceptable to both, and for the signing of Memorandum of Understanding. Beneficiaries targeted were 45. My Kuya, My Ate, My Mentor reading program is basically from the previous study made by Professor Janviel V. Rosal, targeted to help improve the reading comprehension of the beneficiaries. The PhilRRI latest results were utilized as basis. The activity included CTE faculty members to supervise the extension activities and at least 40 students to administer the reading and enhancement activities for the target learners. Writing intervention, numeracy and enhancement in reading and science program is an ongoing progress of Project WIRE. As such, the same activities are continued and the objectives are at the present worded as conduct a series of remedial classes for reading and science, conduct writing enhancement activities, conduct tutorial sessions in mathematics, provide technical assistance for teachers in teaching reading and writing, monitor and evaluate students' reading and writing progress. The activities are somehow limited with the COVID-19 pandemic.
Systematic and effective procedures. In the third quarter of 2018, NEMSA began adapting standard or quality procedures in accordance with ISO 9001-2015 standards. Tagbina campus has also begun to use it. Two highly relevant procedures to extension includes funding allocation of ESL activities for STF other campus, funding allocation of ESL activities for GAA, monitoring and evaluation of the funded extension projects, studies, or activities. These procedures became the standard protocol extension program implementation since the second semester of academic year 2018 to 2019. Prior to the creation and approval of these quality procedures, the extension manual served as the guide on the different processes that concern the implementation of NEMSA extension and community involvement activities. For the documentation of extension programs, the campus uses the different QMS forms. Funding allocation of ESL activities for STF. Funding allocation of ESL activities for GAA. Monitoring and evaluation of the funded extension projects, studies, activities, and other requests. All research and extension projects shall be properly reviewed and endorsed by the Extension Services and Linkages Head to the Budget Officer through ESL Director for Budget Allocation. Organizational Structure. The NEMSA Tagbina campus is manned with competent and dynamic campus administrator, extension coordinators, and faculty who ensure that the target extension projects are properly implemented. These are the College of Teacher Education organizational structure of Extension Service. The organizational structure of the College Extension Services for the College of Teacher Education program is composed of the College Extension Coordinator, the core faculty, the affiliate faculty, and students supervised by the College Dean and Assistant Dean of the program. The College Extension Coordinators manages the planning, implementation, evaluation, and monitoring of the program extension projects. They work with the faculty of the college and coordinates activities with the head of extension services. They also submit periodic reports and publications to the Office of the Head of Extension Services. The faculty of the College of Teacher Education program formulates and implements extension projects and activities upon the approval of the higher authorities. They first-hand monitor and evaluate the projects and submit accomplishments and activity reports to the College Extension Coordinator. Students' involvement in extension projects does not end as facilitators during workshops and evaluations of the activities. They also serve as speakers and trainers. In this manner, students are prepared for corporate social responsibility. Conceptualization and preparation. Prior to the implementation, this phase comprises the conceptualization of the target extension project, as well as the planning and creation of an extension proposal with CTE faculty and beneficiaries. Letter of intent from recipient. Training needs, resources, and problems assessment by the faculty. Conduct research to address each need. Presentation of results and findings to school head. An extension program proposal. The addressee sends a communication letter to the College of Teacher Education, requesting help with extension services. The college faculty assessed the recipient's school's training needs, and then performed research to satisfy each need. Then, presentation of extension program concept and draft of MOA or MOU to the target partners for comments and suggestions. Following several plans, a research-based extension proposal was developed. Extension proper. For a systematic and effective procedure in the implementation of extension programs, the following steps are followed. Launching of the extension project. Signing of the Memorandum of Agreement. Implementation of extension projects or activities. Monitoring and evaluation extension projects or activities. Impact study of extension program. And replanning activities and program extension projects. The signing of the approved Memorandum of Agreement and orientation on the extension project kicked off the beginning of the extension projects. Following then, a succession of extension initiatives was implemented. After each activity session, standard assessment sheets were used to conduct evaluations. Monitoring forms are sent to the Office of Extension Services on a regular basis. After that, an impact analysis was carried out to assess and evaluate any issues that arose throughout the implementation. The study's findings were used to determine whether the extension project should be terminated or continued. The program's faculty organized a replanning activity with the beneficiaries to discuss the activity's outcomes as well as any areas that could be improved.
Awards and satisfaction and achievements and grants of this program. The College of Teacher Extension Services catered and responded to needs analysis and needs of stakeholders, particularly the partner schools nearby. The faculty members of CTE Tagbina have been recognized as exceptional extensionists.
Provision of materials and other resources. Human resources. College of Teacher Education Organizational Structure of Extension Service. Physical resources are also made available to aid in the implementation of the initiative. The Memorandum of Agreement signed by representatives from the College of Teacher Education and the three partner schools, Manambia Integrated School, Barabo National High School, and Tagbina Central Elementary School, states that once the project is operational, the school counterpart must also provide necessary spaces within their bounds. The realization of the aforementioned provisions in the Memorandum of Agreement can be proven by the photos in the subsequent pages. Supplies and materials. This is the item budget for the supplies and materials for the extension activities. Teaching materials were likewise provided to scaffold learning. Photos below are instructional materials which are put in use for the activities.
Participation of significant number of faculty, staff, students, and community in major projects and activities. The unextension-based extension activity. Writing intervention and reading enhancement, and writing intervention, numeracy, and enhancement in reading and science at Manambia Integrated School, Warubu National High School, Tagbina Central Elementary School. Our three extension projects offered by the College of Teacher Education's Bachelor of Secondary Education and Bachelor of Elementary Education programs. These projects are primarily intended to address the students' existing literacy and numeracy issues at the recipient school. Care for the community is perpetuated not only through visions, but also by the selfless participation of the College of Teacher Education's teachers, staff, and students who aspire to offer their abilities and expertise in instilling education ideals and practices in the community. Extension projects with faculty and students involved. The three main extension programs included a variety of training and activities for the recipients to use in their communities and everyday lives. Distinguished individuals are active in the transfer of skills and information. CTE Extension services conducted before COVID-19 pandemic. Extension Project. Manambia Integrated School. Barubu National High School. Extension Project. Barubu National High School. Tagbinas Central Elementary School. Reasonable budget. The college's extension services and linkages are successful thanks to the administration's assistance, which comes in a form of enough finances for all the colleges. The money comes from the Special Trust Fund, as well as the General Appropriations Act. As a result, the College of Teacher Education has sufficient funding to carry out the complete extension project. For the year 2018, SDSSU Tagbina campus was allotted with 10,138,800 pesos. For instruction, 50%, research services, 10%, extension services, 10%, production services, 10%, and administration, 10%. For the year 2019, SDSSU Tagbina campus was allotted with 18,907,458 pesos. For instruction, 50%, research services, 10%, extension services, 10%, production services, 10%, and administration, 10%. In 2020, SDSSU Tagbina campus was allotted with 27,173,631.63 pesos. For instruction, 50%, research services, 10%, extension services, 10%, production services, 10%, and administration, 10%. For the year 2021, SDSSU Tagbina campus was allotted with 27,376,644.90 pesos. For instruction, 50%, research services, 10%, extension services, 10%, production services, 10%, and administration, 10%. These funds are subsequently distributed among the college's many programs in proportion to the number of students enrolled in each. Clearly, the extension services budget for the previous fiscal years was sufficient and enough. Writing Intervention and Reading Enhancement Project. Writing Intervention, Numeracy, and Enhancement in Reading and Science Program.
For the period of 3 years, not only literacy and numeracy level was corrected and increased, but also the 100% participation rate of the school.
I like the extension activity that the NEMSO Tagbina City conducted. For me, as a student, their activity helped me to learn more and broaden our knowledge on every topic that they have been discussed.
Indeed, we are so grateful that the activity was conducted by the students here, the SDSSU, because it really helped a lot our struggling learners, especially those who are in the frustration level. In fact, that activity started on March 5 and ended in March 5 of 2019 and ended in March 28 of 2017. So, as the school principal, again, I would like to convey gratitude because it is indeed very helpful.
It is very helpful because as reading coordinator, it helps our learners to become more independent reader. Independent readers say reading with comprehension. Because of that, learners are more participative, they develop their independence in participating during the discussions and activity in our class.
Dahil mas lalo po akong natutong magbasa. Natutunan kong bumasa at natutunan kong unawain ang aking binasa. Nagpapasalamat po ako sa mga ate at kuya at sa Project WAR.
50% of the learners under the reading program become instructional level, as shown in the result of our conducted post-read test. From this program, lots of things we learn. That linkage to stakeholders is one of the important activity for the better performance of our learners, not only for the reading program, but also to other academic and physical aspects.
The extension services they offered were of great help to the school, to the teachers, as well as to the learners. Thus, it plays part of our school project banner, Project Bless, which is Better Life Education in a Smart School, in which underneath that is our continuous improvement, the Project Child Friendly Hub to address reading miscues, in which Project Wider of NEMSO is our partner in facilitating the process.
Hi, my name is Agnelia Divina Braja. I am grade 3 people at Avila Central Elementary School. I am so blessed and thankful of NEMSO Tagbinas City for rendering with us their time and effort to teach us on how to write and understand the story. I believe the activity was enjoyable at the same time, full of learning and thinking.